Hi, my name is Natasha Rubadiri. I'm an interior designer, creative, a life coach, and a mentor. And privileged and honored to have been invited by Pearls for Her to share my heart on what I believe mental and emotional health is. Mental and emotional health, I believe, is key and important in that a lot of us have been affected through society, through our families. And the month of May calls us to create an awareness towards the stigma, towards the pains, and towards the whispers and the silences, because no one talks much about emotional and mental awareness. I would like to share my heart and my views and ask you, what does good and mental emotional health mean to you? What does it look like? Emotional health is the ability to distinguish between who you are and what you believe. If we can differentiate between the two, we can then take our thoughts and our beliefs, examine them, and make the necessary changes towards emotional health. As God's word says in 2 Corinthians 10, verse 5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every thought into captivity to the obedience of God. We are called to take our thoughts captive. Our thoughts come from our mind. Thoughts, thinking are all birthed in our mind. What is in your mind? The battle is really in the mind. You are spirit, you have a mind, and you live in a body. Our mind determines our perception of reality and therefore determines the quality of our life. We can only be transformed by the renewing of our minds. During this lockdown and season of change and uncertainty, where would you say your mind is right now? Where have your thoughts taken you? It's been months of a lockdown, being closed in, being forced to be in the unfamiliar spaces, spaces that have created or could create tension depending on the environment. And I believe that a lot of people have been forced to introspect, look within themselves, and really discover who they are. And who you are right now is where your mind is and where your mind has taken you. Join me for the next 12 days as we walk through the 12 building blocks of simple insights, nuggets to help us not only make our minds our friend, but also to help us reset and renew our minds. They will help us examine the foundations of our beliefs in order to help the process of making the necessary changes towards emotional health. They will give us insights and may alert us to false beliefs. These lies and beliefs might stem from your childhood memories, from traumatic experience, from just emotional reasoning, and they must be replaced with truth. They will also realign our minds to the truth of what God says about us. We are loved and we are accepted. Cindy Trim, renowned speaker and author, in her words, shares and says, you can reframe your world by simply reframing your mind. You have the power to reshape your life and redirect your destiny, but you must invest in renewing your mind to make that transformation possible. It's therefore important that we do make our minds a safe place and make our minds our friends. So just welcoming you and hoping that we can walk these next 12 days together as we walk through the fundamentals of mental and emotional health.